Coming up on an all-new episode of B3rdPower. Join us as we sit down with licensed therapist Kimmy Barbour of Redefining Your Life Counseling Services. Then, life coach Christina Blake is in the house, updating us on all of her latest projects. This is an episode you don't want to miss. B3rdPower starts now. On Urban Style Media, we are back, baby.
We are. We are back. Yes, we are.
Listen.
It has been an awesome 3 months.
Listen, but I can't even get myself together.
I'm totally off today. So how are you? Welcome back. B3rdPower, where we are being intentional, bridging gaps and building communities. We are so happy to be back in the studio today that we have so many bloopers.
We haven't done it in such a long time.
We're going to have a lot of bloopers. Definitely. I still don't know what camera to look at. Okay. So.
I'm so sorry. Wait a minute. I'm trying to get myself together. We are so excited to be back in the studio. We don't know what to do with ourselves. As you can tell, we are cracking up laughing, pointing, missing cues. And guess what? We here, y'all. It's all good.
Here. We are here, but we do have an amazing show for you today.
Absolutely.
As usual. So we will do our usual.
Yeah, so let's catch up. So, how has life been for you for the past several months?
Okay. So I'm about that quarantine life. Okay. I really am. I'm really enjoying it for real, to be honest, because I haven't had to go into the full time. Been doing a lot of stuff around the house. So I'm really excited.
Let me tell you, Sherry has been so innovative with her business. My girl, once the phases started opening up for our state and our county, my girl started having driveway drive-bys. No, you call it a drive-up.
Driveway drive-by.
Yes, and you come in and you can pick up any piece of jewelry
you can shop, you can do what you... Because we still need to accessorize, ladies. You see me, right? You still need to accessorize. Even at home, in the living room, yes, you still have to accessorize.
Yes.
So definitely hit me up for my next driveway drive-by. I'll see you there.
Look at her. I love it. So she's been creative. I've been creative. I have started my backyard garden. So for those of you who don't know, or who watched with us, you've heard Sherry and I talk plenty of times about doing this backyard garden challenge. And this year, I was determined I was going to get it done. And with the help of some friends and some people in the gardening and farming community, I was able to get my garden up and running. I do apologize. I don't have any pictures to show today.
Hey.
Why? Because this is our first day back, and I told you we got so many bloopers. It's not even funny. But I promise I will bring pictures of my garden.
Bring pictures.
Next week. But so I started my backyard garden, and I finally, after much demand, started the blog back up again. So I've been blogging.
Yes.
Many of you don't know, but that's where I started, so to speak. Part of my journey of where I started was being a blogger. And so if you want to check me out, you can go to recognizingtherealme.com. That's recognizingtherealme.com, and you will find my blog there. So I've been trying to take this time to,
Yeah, it's a really good time though,
yeah,
especially for creatives.
right.
It really is. It's a
It
really
is.
good time to. I've been a little overwhelmed with all of it,
Yeah.
but it is a good time to really be able to put things and make put things down on paper and make them happen.
Yeah, I think for me, and you and I have talked about this, I had to channel my energy because if you don't, it can really get to you.
And if you don't, you just end up like me and just sit there for like a week or two because when you really thought that this was like going to be 2 weeks, right?
Hello.
You really took advantage of those 2 weeks and really chilled out. You were like, oh, okay, this is going to be like 2 weeks. You sit, you snack, you eat, you answer emails, you snack, you eat, you answer emails. You're like, okay, this is cool. You take a nap. Well, 2 weeks turned into a month, and a month has turned into 2 months. So, yes, after a while,
I think
I
we're
had
what,
to.
3 months in now?
We're 3 months in.
And it's still not
We're
done.
3 months in.
Yeah.
So, we definitely didn't expect that, and I'm totally not expected to go back until the beginning of the fall.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Say that.
hello, what am I going to do? COVID-15 is real over here.
Say 15?
COVID, 15 pounds. I gained 15 pounds. Yeah, the COVID-15 is real. Yeah. You know how they say the freshman 15,
I'm trying not to
freshman
laugh at
10?
you.
Yeah, so that's me. Totally. Yeah, I've got to get myself together.
I did get myself together.
I've got to
Because
get
after the
myself
first
together.
2 weeks and all that mindless munching, I was like, I'm not doing this.
I tore down everything in the cabinets.
I was like, I'm not doing this. But no, real talk, being very honest. What slowed my roll in the beginning was the snacks was there, and it was like, oh, and it's mindless munching, and you walking, and you like, I don't know what to do with myself, so I'm gonna grab snack. But then it was all them salty snacks, and when I started waking up, and my little feet was swollen up like a balloon, and my hands was all puffy, and I was like, oh, I can't do this.
Right.
So I was like, So I started trying to
Right.
reel that in, and I did good.
See,
I've made
once
some
I have
adjustments.
the sweet, I need something salty.
Yep.
Or once I have the salty, I need something sweet. So it's not good.
I went through that too. I ended up learning how to make vegan brownies and vegan cake.
How many calories is in there?
I don't know. You want to try one of my cake? I'm not cooking it. I'm on strike.
Is it ready now?
No.
Because I'll come after the show.
No.
Okay.
I cut that off. Didn't you just hear me say I had to get the snacking under control?
Okay. Well,
So
can you get that baked for me, please?
See how that work, y'all?
Something, because, yeah.
I'll think about making you a cake, Sherry. But we have some other amazing things that we've managed to do while we were out on quarantine.
Yes, we did.
And one of the things we did was we realized how many times have we gotten to the end of our show, but the conversation was still going. And we were like, man, we want to continue. So while we were out, Sherry and I had the brainchild to go ahead and start a second segment of B3rdPower. And you know what it's called? The Behind the Scenes Chat.
And Behind the Scenes Chat is on Wednesdays.
Yes.
At 8:30.
Yes. Wednesdays at 8:30.
Yes.
We know, for those of you all who have been tuning in and watching us, we usually have it at 7, but it's airing at a new time starting this week at 8:30 p.m. every Wednesday night. You can come through and see what guests we just go on and just have a nice long conversation with.
Having a conversation, y'all. It's
kind of like how we opened the show today, where we do nothing but
really nice,
laughing, joking.
And people really have been enjoying it so far, so I'm really liking that. Yeah.
And it's more relaxed and less of a formal setting.
We're not in the studio.
Nope, we're not in the studio. So we have a lot of fun. And then we want to announce that we have a major event coming this week. Next week, B3rdPower will not be airing on Monday. Instead, we'll have a special edition episode on Sunday, July 5th at 4 p.m. It is our virtual team summit town hall meeting. We're bringing our teams in because we want to know how they feel about the current environment, and just really get in to see what they feel would be good solutions, what they would like to see us adults do. How about that?
So make sure that you stay tuned to the B3rdPower social media, which is B3rdPower on IG and on Facebook.
Yes.
So that you can find out the Eventbrite link, because we will have the studio open for teens to join us. Of course, we're practicing social distancing, so we'll have to limit that number. So you have to make sure you go online to the Eventbrite link and you'll register for your ticket. But then we'll also have a Zoom link, so you don't have to worry about that. Will it be Zoom or will it be?
Nope, it'll be Zoom. So
it'll be Zoom.
Be able,
it'll be Zoom.
When you can actually will make it. How about we do with the Eventbrite? We can make it where you can either click a virtual ticket,
yes,
or a in-person ticket.
Yes.
Understand again, in person is very, very limited. So we encourage everyone to do virtual if possible.
Yes.
But get your tickets. We want to hear what you have to say.
And we especially want to hear
from our
teens.
Yes.
If you have a teen in your household, don't ask the question. Kind of go ahead and register them so that they can attend.
Yes.
We want to make sure that our teens are heard. We want to make sure that their voices are heard. We want to make sure that whatever they're involved in, that it gets out there to the public so that more can get involved. So we just want to give them this time and this opportunity to really share what's on their mind, and especially because there's some teens out here that are doing major things.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely
doing big things, and we really want to be in touch with them. So even if you know a teen that's doing something major in the community, that's showing that they are a leader in the community, please put them in touch with us. Tell them to send us an email to b3rdpower@gmail.com so that we can make sure that we get them on the show as well. So I'm really excited for the Teens Town Hall Teen Summit. I really am.
Yes, and I have and let's say the most important part of it all. Ready? It's being hosted and presented by Keon Works.
Yes, it will be hosted by Keon Works. As those of you know, I'm the Chief Creative Officer of Keon Works, which stands for Keeping Each Other Motivated Works. So the whole goal is to, of course, collab with B3rdPower so that we can bring this thing to light. And I'm just really excited.
Me and you both.
Yes.
And finally, see, we've been busy, y'all. Finally, we want to update you guys. We know that many of you, and we said this on our behind the scenes chat, and we want to say to our main audience as well. Thank you guys so much for every person who has come to us, offered to donate and or sponsor and or chip in and be available to work with us on the Community of Champion Awards that we have scheduled to happen in September. COVID kind of offset us a little bit, so we had to make some adjustments. So rather than do the in-person presentation we were going to do, we are now going to go completely virtual. It will still be an award show. It's just that, unfortunately, the public will not be able to attend with us. Thank you to everyone who reached out and said they wanted to vend. We certainly thank you. Just know that we are still looking for sponsors and donors to help us make this event a spectacular one, okay?
Yes.
So we want to say thank you. It is still going to be September the 13th at 4 p.m., and we'll be doing it right here in our Urban Style Media studio.
That's right.
So we look forward to that. Thank you so much. If you are looking to be a donor and or sponsor and you want to help support us, and or you have someone you want to nominate, please email us at b3rdpower@gmail.com.
And those categories will come out.
We'll be releasing the categories soon. But email us at b3rdpower@gmail.com. But you know what time it is. It's time for us to go ahead and take that quick break. And on the other side, we'll be back with Cammie Barbour of Redefining Your Life Counseling Services. It's Mental Health Monday, y'all. Come on back and get this good encouragement and word. This is B3rdPower here on Urban Style Media.
Join us for a B3rdPower special edition. It's the Virtual Teen Summit Town Hall, presented by Keon Works. We're continuing the conversation and putting the pieces together for change. July 5th, 2020 at 4 p.m. on Urban Style Media. If you have a teen that would love to participate, reach out to us at b3rdpower@gmail.com. That's b3rdpower@gmail.com. This is an episode you don't want to miss. It's official. Coming September the 13th, 2020, the ladies of B3rdPower will be hosting the first annual Community of Champion Awards, sponsored by Global Executive Staffing. We're looking for donors and sponsors to help this a memorable event. If you'd like to participate or nominate a community champion, please email us b3rdpower@gmail.com with nomination and support. This is an event you don't miss. B3rdPower Community Champion Awards. Be there.
My name is Denzel Bennett, CEO of Urban Style Media. I started this entity to give nonprofits, small businesses, an opportunity to display their gifts and giving people the ability to live their dream. People who want to make a difference in the community oftentimes have a platform, whatever's in their heart, whatever they want to do from a media standpoint in terms of directors, producers, musicians. We want to allow everyone to have a conduit to display their craft. Currently, we have shows. The collaboration aspect of our platform expanding every day. We encourage people to go and dream. And so, in order to feed the community, we need to expand our base. And expand our base, we want to allow more people have an opportunity to come on air to talk about the initiative. We can open approximately 5 months, and in that time span, people have shown up willing to serve. It's been beyond my wildest expectations. The people that have shown up have been dedicated, have gone beyond and above the call of duty. We're going to continue to do community objectives and initiatives. We want to be a community. Our slogan is Imagine Us. So imagine us being there for you and your dreams to help us serve the community in the best way possible from a media standpoint.
Welcome back to B3rdPower here on Urban Style Media.
Yes, we are back in the house, live in the studio.
Listen, we excited.
Yes.
But even more so, we're excited because it is Mental Health Monday. And we have with us our sister friend, Cammie Barbour of Redefining Your Life Counseling Services. Hey, Cammie.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
We good. How are you? It's so good to see your beautiful face.
So good to see you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me on. It's definitely a pleasure.
You're so very welcome. So, Cammie, tell us a little bit about what Redefining Your Life Counseling is all about.
Okay, so Redefining Your Life Counseling Services it is my hope that, I'll be able to venture out and have some other therapists, licensed therapists, or those that are wanting to embark in to counseling and do internships and practicum. We'd be able to actually offer, adequate supervision as they become licensed therapists to help those in need.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So how has it been for you? I'm sure you being a counselor, it has been kind of busy for you during the COVID. What are some of the things you've seen people come to you with that they're struggling with in reference to the quarantine?
So mainly it's anxiety and the uncertainties of life. I think that that's probably the number one factor, as well as the feelings of depression and powerlessness and helplessness, and at the worst case, hopelessness. Because once a person lose hope, then more than likely they will, suicidal thoughts will come up, and so that's even another factor that we always have to be accounted for and check in for those that are feeling, just exhausted. With the recent, social injustices of our nation, that's also something that people are struggling with, regardless of gender, as well as race and religion. And, because a lot of people, I think, especially since the pandemic has happened, they are more ready, or have the opportunity to be a part of the take action and let's do your part. Those that have had it inside, or maybe they did speak up in the past, or maybe in some of their social circles, but now it's, everybody has been on basically a lockdown. You haven't been able to go anywhere, and so maybe some of the tragedies that have happened, for years, for in certain communities, it feels like, and that's the reality, is happened so many years, but now the world has to take a actual honest look at it, because you can't go anywhere. That's what they're playing on the news. That's what is actually being, taped in video. It's not that it's not racism or social injustices haven't been happening before the pandemic. The world hasn't been forced to look at it. Yeah. So those are things that I've really been dealing with, and those that are coming to services. It might be, a loss of a family member that is affected by COVID, or they have a family member, or they know someone that lost their life to COVID, as well as, other tragedies in their life, and, being able to process that. There's a lot of people that I know that unfortunately they are parents of children that have lost their own child, and often people are not prepared for that. That's something that we as a nation, as a society, don't always prepare for that, because grief isn't something that actually happens to life. It's a part of life. It's not something that we fix. It's something that we experience. And so helping them to embark into the healing process, be able to start that journey, and what does life look like, after, before COVID, and what's the new normal going to be. So that's all the things that I've been, really focusing on here lately. And then helping people to accept that there's going to be uncertainties in life. We don't know. We don't have a right. crystal ball, or, to know what's going to come in the future.
And you're right. That's again, that is something that we always talk with life. I love it because Sherry was finishing your sentence in that it's something you experience. Yeah.
Definitely is something you experience. Not avoidable.
No. Yeah. And it's like you do have so many different things that happen in this quarantine. So not only did I don't want to say your freedom, but not only did you get put on a stay-at-home or orders all across the state. I mean, all across the United States. But in addition, then you had the incident that happened with the social injustice with George Floyd, and it kicked off. And Sherry and I talked about this before. People are home. So like you said, now you have time to focus and pay attention to what's
and that
what's
anxiety
going on.
Of the whole COVID coronavirus, for it being unseen. It's something that you don't know. You don't know who has it. It's something in the air. You don't know. It's like this unseen thing. So the anxiety is real. You get out the car and you go kind of like in a panic attack. You see a lot of people. It's you know, a lot. Yeah.
And Sherry will tell you, I talked to her about this. My first few times out the house, I actually had panic attacks.
Yeah,
I was suffering with anxiety from just having to get up and go in the store. And even now, sometimes being in a mask, I wear it, but even having to go grocery shopping in a mask, sometimes I have to slow down because it causes me to have a panic attack with it there. All it takes is for the mask to move the wrong way, to feel like it's suffocating. I'm like talking myself down from a panic attack. You know what I mean? So that's very, very real.
I know this is off script, but so in those cases, when is anxiety getting to the point where, if you suffer with anxiety, that it's getting to the point where like you might need help? How do you know that it's gone a little too far?
So I tell people as a good rule of thumb is up until 2020, everybody's been fast paced. Is how much money can you make and how much frame of time, where the kids got to go, what you gonna cook for dinner, blah blah blah. It's just been nonstop, sprints, right? We've been sprinting, as I say. And so the moment that because you're sprinting, most people don't have adequate sleep. They're not eating as healthy. If they are able to schedule out, and build the gym or some type of physical activity into the routine, bravo. And if they haven't, then maybe that's the time, because your body cannot survive off of fumes. So whether you fuel it with sleep, food, actual rest. Like when I talk about people, taking a vacation, are you actually just sitting there? Are you going to the beach or wherever you're going? Are you just sitting there? There's no agenda. That's true rest. Like honestly, research says that, especially for those in the Western societies, we need 3 weeks off at a time, because the first week you need to unwind from doing what you were doing, just your normal routine, because your body needs to rejuvenate. So if you have been getting up at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning for the last, umpteen years, the minute you go on vacation, you're gonna get up at 5 or 6. Don't matter what the time frame, time, time it is. And then the next week is you can get in some of your fun time or what have you, maybe 2 or 3 days, not the entire week. or 3 days. Do that in your first week. So then the following weeks is you actually just resting, going to the beach, laying there. What are you gonna do? Nothing.
I'm totally here for that. I'm here for the 3 weeks, but I'm also here for doing nothing.
Yeah.
I was talking to my girls. We were planning a trip, right, to go away to Jamaica. The first time we went, they wanted to have this agenda. They wanted to go do all these excursions and everything, and they were upset with me because I refused to do any excursions. I told them I don't want to do an excursion. I don't want to do anything but sit beside this blue water. That's all I want to do.
That's what James and I do. Like when we go away, we don't take, of course, 3 weeks, but we take like the first day or so to do nothing but just be.
I don't want to do anything.
Like I think the last thing that we were able to do was, I don't know, like right before the new year came in, we were able to get away, January. We were able to get away. We were gifted. I think I told you about that. We were gifted with a stay. And I promise you, it was the best time we've had in a long time. All we did was sit in the room. We could have went and did other things, but all we did was sit in the room the whole time. Stuff we could have done at home, but it felt so much different because all we had to do was worry about feeding ourselves. We didn't have to hear, Mom, can we get this? We didn't have all that. All we did was sit and be.
Literally, like, and it's so true. You just have to sometimes you just want to just quiet. I just want to hear the water, see the water.
And be.
I don't want to have to be. Oh my goodness, I got to get to the bus by 3 so that I can be ready to go on the excursion. And then I got to stand in the line and wait for my turn. And then I'm going to go sit by the water.
And chill.
Yeah. I see y'all when y'all get back.
I think that's the biggest thing I miss is the beach right now. I miss the beach.
Yes. So I'm here for it. Y'all saw my counselor said that it's okay for me to go to the beach and just chill. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And just sit, because this is the reality is here in, Western society, and especially America, right? We get 2 weeks if we're lucky for the, for the year to spend our time, right? Then you might get a little PT, sick time, right? And then you have, and if your company doesn't do it together, so you have the pay time off in your vacation and then your sick time, you know, and as believers, we ain't trying to lie when we're not sick, but I might need a mental health day.
Exactly.
There's no holiday. I just need to be off. I just don't need to be there.
Right. I just need off.
That's just real talk, right?
Y'all heard that, right? She said, the counselor said, take a mental health day as needed. I say at least once a month. Some people say every 2 weeks. But at least once a month, take a day to just be.
Oh, that's a guarantee. That's automatic. At least once a month.
At least once a month.
At least once a month. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Right, because some months don't have holidays, right? So thankfully, so this year was our first holiday off for Juneteenth. Thank you, Lord, that we got to get that mental health day off, right? We got that as a state, okay? So we're going to use that in the next coming years. But, from May, if you think about it, May was Memorial Day. Then you got to wait every bit of 35, 45 days before you have a July 4th off. Because that's the next holiday. That's too long for your mental health, right? Not to have off on the weekends. When it comes to, you just rejuvenating. You honestly, like when you take a trip, as the airplane says, when they say, if there's a warning and something happens, you breathe into your own oxygen mask and then you help. Well, this is us breathing into our own oxygen mask and then being able to be the best person that we are ordained to be. So with the vacation, also you need to, if you only can get a week, we'll do your first, couple days or one day, at least one day. If you want to get out, do that. Then the rest of the time is you're just relaxing. Some European nations actually have 5 weeks. They get 5 weeks out of it for vacation, like totally a year. They get 5. So if we got 5 as a Western society, sure, we can have a 3-week vacation and still have 2 weeks to, take care of family.
You just inspired Sherry. She said, I need to move. As soon as you said 5 weeks, she said, I need to move.
I need to move.
But that's just, numbers game. But so we do, because we cannot expect ourselves to be the best, always firing on all cylinders. If we're running on fumes, if you're getting 5 to 6 hours, that's not enough. I can honestly tell the difference when I get 6 hours versus 8 hours or 8 hours plus. Like I am running full speeds, all fire ceiling. I mean, all
cylinders
firing. Yes, I'm getting tongue tied.
We understand. Tomorrow you're gonna take a mental health day.
Yes.
When I'm, I know, right? Actually, my mental health day is tomorrow. Praise the Lord. Yes, all cylinders firing. When I have about 8 hours, maybe 8.5 hours, and I'm good to go. It doesn't matter. I don't need, I don't even feel tired during that reset period. So because a lot of people don't realize, but your brain is actually resetting between the hours of 1 and 4. So there's research on brain health. We have more than 25 years worth of knowledge and research on the brain. Everybody's brain is resetting between the hours of 1 and 4. And what are we up and doing? Normally working, driving.
So what you said was,
I need a nap between 1 and 4.
There you go. So what you said was, I need to take not a 15-minute nap, but I need to take at least an hour nap. Hour nap, hour to 4 hours.
I'm gonna get you out to the job
4 hours,
so that you
but
can
you can take a siesta during the day. I think that's what they power nap.
Interview.
Power nap.
But you know what, Cammy? Hold that seat, hold tight. We got to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to continue this conversation. Because sometimes I think people don't value sleep the way they need to. So we're going to continue this conversation on sleep as well as get some other self-care tips for you. But before then, we got to take this quick break. You guys know what to do. Grab your water. It's warm outside.
Grab your water.
Grab your water and go and get your snack. And we'll be right back on the other side of this break. This is B3rdPower here on Urban Style Media. Join us for a B3rdPower special edition. It's the Virtual Teen Summit Town Hall, presented by Keon Works. We're continuing the conversation and putting the pieces together for change. July 5th, 2020 at 4 p.m. on Urban Style Media. If you have a team that would love to participate, reach out to us at B3rdPower@gmail.com. That's B3rdPower@gmail.com. This is an episode you don't want to miss. It's official. Coming September the 13th, 2020, the ladies of B3rdPower will be hosting the first annual Community of Champion Awards, sponsored by Global Executive Staffing. We're looking for donors and sponsors to help this memorable event. If you'd like to participate and or nominate a community champion, please email us at B3rdPower@gmail.com with your nomination and support. This is an event you don't want to miss. B3rdPower Community Champion Awards. Be there. Welcome back to B to the Third Power here on Urban Style Media.
This is hilarious.
Listen, it's that type of night, y'all, but it's all good because we're still enjoying ourselves.
It really is, and we're really enjoying speaking to Cammie. I cannot wait to continue the conversation.
Yes.
But I know T has a big announcement.
I do. So, many of you may have noticed that we were missing someone when we came back. But he is still with us. He's just away, across the country, up north, way up north. But we miss him so much. And he's going to join our second half of this conversation. Can everybody say hey to our very own G3, baby? Hey, G3.
Hey.
Hey, G3.
What's going on?
We miss
I miss you guys so much.
We miss you so much, man. But he's been waiting in the wings, and we thought it would just be good. Because, I mean, come on, he's a musician. So when Cammie was talking about running hours and hours and hours and hours at a time, ain't that your life, G3?
Yes, it definitely is. Oh, my goodness. Like,
so
don't be wrong. Like, I miss you guys. I am in Alaska, Anchorage.
Yes.
Anchorage, Alaska right now. Yeah. So, it's quite different here. That's one thing. It's quite different here, but it's pretty nice people here. I'm right here with an awesome church up here. And I'm working on I'm going to be working with Janet Jackson pretty soon next year. So
See? Yeah. Look at that. And then he announced it on our show, on his show. This all our show. Yes. Let me tell you.
We're so proud of you,
We
G3.
are. We proud of him. And so we was like, man, what do we do? Like, what do we do? And so G3 will still be with us. He'll just be virtual every week when he's not off playing for somebody. But he'll still be with us, just hailing from all across the world. We're so proud of you, G3.
So, but I do have a question
Thanks.
for G3.
Okay.
Since we're talking about mental health and everything. And I know you were backstage listening. So what do you do to help practice some, mental health, self-care during this time of quarantine? What have you been doing? And I know you heard our awesome guest, counselor, telling us some of why it's so important. So what are some of the things you've been doing? G3.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Say that again. I'm so sorry.
What are some of the things you've been doing to practice mental health and good self-care since you're always, out and about and going and so busy? What are you doing to make sure that you take care of yourself?
Well, that's one thing. Well, one is I can see it. Like I'm staying inside. That's one thing. I'm staying inside. But as far as me working up here, I'm working with I'm also working with different artists up here. Different artists up here that's actually gospel artists and like R&B artists as well. Just little stuff like that.
So you're not chilling at all?
No.
No,
so
not at all.
In other words, you need to listen to Cammie and get some sleep.
Yes, one day is working with artists, and then another day is practicing like 6 hours or 10 hours.
Wow.
And then it's going right back into working with this church and everything. So, and then doing studies on working with Janet Jackson and whatnot, because I'm an understudy. So yeah.
Well, we're definitely gonna let Cammie talk to him and give him some tips.
Yeah, Cammie, he needs your help. Yes. G3 needs your help, Cammie.
Because Cammie has 12 steps to self-care. So if you can't get to all 12, please just give us a few for him, please.
Yes. And matter of fact, tell us about that, Cammie, real quick. What are your 12 steps to self-care?
Say that one more time, Keita.
What are your 12 steps to self-care?
12 steps to self-care. So first of all is knowing your triggers, and as I say, your rumbling strip. You know how like when we're driving on the road, you get off on the rumbling strip, it's a warning sign that, hey, you probably you're off the road, you need to get back on track. So you need to identify those areas in life. So is it are you snapping at people? Are you hangry? Are you do you feel exhausted all the time? Are there things that you used to do that are not as fun? Like, is it taking a nap, on your day off? Or you having 1 hour at least sometime during the day, even if it's during lunch break, instead of scrolling on social media? Are you reading? Are you improving your life? Are you just being because you honestly can just be with your breath and sit still. Are you able to do that? And if you're not, then there's are things that someone like myself can help you with, but also you can Google it. There are lots of things that you can do, and teach your, if you have children, teach your children of how to self-care in that manner of, okay, when is the times that you're going to have a day off, or a few moments out of the day? Even if you take a bathroom break, there are apps. Calm is LeBron James is a spokesperson for Calm, the app, and you can do a 1-minute app in your in the bathroom, and children can do that once they go back to school as well. But there's also other apps like Headspace, Pacifica, and those are free things that you can do. But as specifically for Gerard, is in the times of him, on his during his days that he's practicing, is he getting a good healthy lunch and dinner? Is he fixing it, or is he just running it, going out and just putting whatever is in fast food, what have you? Are you taking care of yourself? Because if you're not,
get him, Cammy, get him.
It could be something, man.
Get him, Cammy.
He's gonna hit rock bottom, and then what if Janet Jackson calls him up for an extra practice? He's not gonna hear it. He's gonna
be knocked out.
Be knocked out somewhere because so. But I see his piano, his keyboard in the background. So yeah, like, okay, is he able to write a song for himself, or write someone to his loved one? Is he taking time, to, besides just chatting with friends and family, like, does Gerard know the things that help rejuvenate? Because and then it's all going to be different, personally. Like, because of COVID and the gym shut down, I started running again. I haven't, I really started running like 3 to 5 miles, a couple times a week. That's something that I would just go, and I wouldn't take anybody. I encourage some people to come and walk, and if they don't come, that's fine. We'll just go alone,
Right.
But you have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Sounds great to me.
Okay, so now
that's
that
why I love
Cammy has called us on the carpet. Okay, so Gerard and Sherry.
What?
Since Cammy has called us on the carpet, after today, what are some self-care, at least one thing that you're going to do to practice better self-care for the rest of this time?
Well, I'm definitely going to get back into walking. I totally neglected that, and so I totally neglected any type of physical activity. So I'm definitely going to start walking again. So I'm looking forward to that.
Good.
Yeah, we actually have a girls' date on Friday morning. We're getting up early and we're going to go walking, but I'm definitely going to get that back in my routine.
Okay. Gerard?
Yes.
What are you going to do to implement one thing that you're going to do to implement self-care after Cammy has came and pulled all our coattails?
Well, I can try sleeping a little bit more. That's one thing. I can try laying down a little bit more.
And actually relaxing.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm gonna text you.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm gonna text you every other day and say, "What have you done this week for self-care?" I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna need that too. It's just so much. It's just so much. So many things going on. So a lot of times when I am when I'm working, I forget all about it, and I'm just so hyped up. I'm so in the hype, basically, and so I can lose track sometimes. So that's one thing.
And then when you're in the house like this, it seems like your days just run together.
Don't
so I
it?
totally understand.
Right.
But Cammy, before we leave and before we log out, can you make sure you give us your contact information so people can get in touch with you if they're interested in scheduling an appointment?
Sure. So I appreciate you guys having me on. And the one thing I want to say just before I share my contact information is when it comes to sleep, if you're able to give yourself 30 to an hour before you lay down, your brain will be able to shut down easier, and your melatonin, in your brain that you already produce, unless you need extra, is to don't scroll, don't be on any electronic devices 30 minutes to an hour before you try to lay down.
Ooh.
Okay, because your brain is still going,
Right.
and if you can sleep with the lights off, no TV on, no just turn
That's
buy
hard.
a sound machine, okay, and sleep and
That's
try to
hard.
sleep in the dark, because
it's
when
gotta
you
be
go
hard.
into that room and your body knows, hey, it's time to unwind, it's time to rest, it's time to lay down.
Yeah.
We're going to go to sleep. We're not going to be on the TV. We're not going to be on the phones or electronic devices having fun and talking to your girlfriends or catching up with people at between the hours of 11 and 2, and then trying to get sleep, because from 2 to 6 ain't 8 hours ever, and can never be. So but my contact information is
Me.
Go
is
ahead.
You see
y'all
what I'm
pointing
saying?
fingers over there? Are y'all
No,
pointing
you don't see, Carrie. Sherry and I exchanging these looks, right? Cause
I see that.
what you pointing at me for?
Because she just said that she can't sleep with the lights out.
And you be texting me at 11 o'clock at night.
Because sometimes I've already taken a nap, so I'm not falling asleep as soon as I get upstairs. So then I remember something, so then I text you, and then he's like, go to sleep. So.
Okay. Well, we gonna work on that. We gonna work. It's all right. It doesn't happen overnight.
Put your finger back at yourself.
One day at a time.
Okay, so I didn't get my self-care. And before one of y'all be like, oh, T didn't say what her self-care thing was gonna be.
What's that?
Oh yeah.
I'm going to try now. I do sleep with a salt lamp at night. But I'm gonna try instead putting the TV on a timer. So that it's not going all night long.
So it just go off.
Right.
Just so it can go off.
The TV being on makes me I'm actually in the movie. Like the whole time I'm asleep, I can hear everything that's going on. I don't know how people sleep with the TV
it's like
on.
background music.
Why don't you just play run a fan?
No, that's not background music. That's noise.
Well, play Shakes Mozart or something.
No. So what I do, what we do, James included. So James, you should be in trouble I am right now.
Don't throw James out there.
He sleep in the same room with me. But what we were doing at one time, just for like calming, is like putting on like Reiki or instrumental music, something that's like calming, like you said. So we would run that sometimes, but I'm not going to tell no stories. I can go to sleep, but somebody else sometimes get caught up in movies, and so then the TV just be on. But I mean,
that thing got to go off.
And then most people dream about whatever they hear in the TV. Not all my family members can do that either.
Yeah, that's me. So I'm dreaming everything that's going on. I don't care what's happening. If it's a car accident, I'm in the accident. If it's somebody, like literally, I can't do it. It drives me crazy.
So then your brain can't be on auto mode. It just can't, be calm or rejuvenating, because you in the action scene of the movie or the accident. You fighting people
and everything.
Right? So we have to change that up. But yeah, so if you can reorganize your sleep schedule, go to bed early, set a timer on your iPhone. I mean, Siri will let you know, hey, you got an hour before you go to bed. So that's when you need to put it down, start reading a book, say your prayers, meditate, spend time, talk with your loved ones, and then lay down, shower, do your nightly routine, and then try to lay down with the calming music. But it needs to be as peaceful and quiet as it can be, so your body knows, hey, we're not doing anything else. This is it. That's it for today. Thank you, Lord. Hopefully we'll wake up in the morning, we'll start a new one.
My Lord.
Hallelujah. But my
contact information. We want to make sure we get that, because we're rolling down to the end, so we want to make sure we get your contact information for everybody.
Sure. So you can always contact me at redefiningyourlifecounseling@gmail.com, or go to my IG handle, which is Redefining Your Life with Cammie. The same for Facebook, Redefining Your Life, WCammie. Or contact me. You can call or text me on my business line number, which is 763-4210. And
Awesome.
it's 703-763-4210.
I don't know. See, this conversation then got so good, and again, like this is why we have behind the scenes chat, y'all. Because I'm telling you, time just runs out. Maybe
so we'll see you Wednesday.
Yeah, maybe we need to schedule you for behind the scenes chats, boo. But we thank you so much, Tammy, for joining us, Gerard. It is so great. G3. I'm sorry, G3.
So good to see
it is
you.
so good to see you. Can't wait.
It's great to see you too. No.
Look, G3 is always, he must have been having a nostalgic moment, because if you follow him on social media, he's been posting a bunch of like old segments from the show saying, I miss my friends, I miss my studio family. We miss you too. But anyway.
I know, I'm so ready to come back.
Look, Anchorage has been good to you. You still been moving and shaking, even though you haven't, even though in the midst of a COVID-19, you still been moving, baby.
That's right. That's right. It's been an honor working with these people too. You know, it's been an honor working with these people. I've met with some awesome musicians up here. You know, some good singers outside of church too. But it's been really good so far. It's been really good.
Well, you definitely stay safe, and Cammie, it's been so nice talking to you. So make sure that you stay safe as well, and I'm really looking forward to having you on our behind the scenes chat. I really think yes, we need to bring this conversation outside the studio.
It's going to be so much fun.
Right.
But as always, time flies when we're having fun, and I hope you've enjoyed our first episode back. We missed you guys. Yes, in the studio. We missed you guys. Be sure to tune in on Wednesdays via our Facebook page, our Periscope page, and or YouTube page to watch our behind the scenes chat. They are live. So be sure to check us out at 8:30 p.m. So we gave you 3 different ways to watch us now. Also, for your parents, please remember to register your teen for the virtual Team Summit, Town Hall
Team Summit.
The Town Hall Team Summit that will be taking place this coming Sunday, July the 5th.
And that link will be live tomorrow.
Okay, so you look for that. Follow us on social media and look for the live link to register your teens tomorrow. Again, we encourage you to register virtually, more so virtually than in person. We are trying to social distance, and we don't have that many spaces available in person. Just saying. But anyway, we are so grateful for you. And as Sherry always says, it's my turn to say what we always say, which is, it is a great day to make a difference in the lives of those around you. I'm T-Lynn Tate.
And I'm Sherry Cook.
And we are B3rdPower. You all have a fantastic week, and we will see you on Wednesday night via Facebook, Periscope, or YouTube.
That's right.
Oh, wait, and be sure to like, love, share, and subscribe. Bless somebody else. Don't just keep it all for yourself now.
What's it again?
Like, love, share, and subscribe.
There it is.
There we go. Anyway, have a great week, guys. See you later.